Hi everyone, it's Marie here, welcome back to my channel. Today's layout is using the Go See Do project pack, which is currently in the shop at Peartree Cutfiles. And I've mainly used this stencil that you can see on the screen now and the bits and pieces, including that title there, Travel the World. And I don't think I end up using the luggage tag in the end, but I definitely use the title. So I'm using this collection from Echo Park. This is one of their newer collections. It's called Let's Take the Trip. And I will admit, I'm not usually a massive fan of Echo Park, not because I don't like their papers, but I find I want more ephemera. They've recently released a couple of new collections, and I bought both of them actually, because they now come with a sticker book that's got, I think, 16 pages in, and there's 8 sheets of stickers, and there's like 2 lots of each. Absolutely brilliant, and I found this layout so easy to put together using loads of the different ephemera and things from the pack. So I've chosen the Travel the World title from the project pack. I have got that luggage tag, like I say, but I do think that does not make it onto the page in the end. I've chosen this paper that looks like an airmail envelope. I really liked the idea, and as I placed my strips of photographs down, it kind of occurred to me that I wanted to create like a pinboard effect with just loads of little travel things. All right, none of them, other than the photographs, nothing is necessarily anything that I collected whilst I was in Paris. These are photographs of some of the sightseeing we did in Paris last year. Other than the photographs, like I say, none of it's actually anything I collected, but I wanted it to appear like a pinboard of all things that you might bring back from a trip. So I did print 2 strips of photographs. They've got a lot of blue on them. It was a beautiful day. They have got a lot of blue on them. Now, there's none of that particular blue in any of the ephemera that I'm using. However, I decided to just sort of go with it because red and blue do work nicely together, and it works. It doesn't matter that the ephemera doesn't have any of that colouring. I kind of focused in on the picking out things that are the darker blues in the collection and some of those reds as well, and just lots of things that are like little postcards and note cards and things. You saw me cut a couple from the cut apart sheets that come with the collection, and then I've just been through the ephemera there and picked out a whole load of other bits and pieces that I've tucked in. I wanted to do some stenciling in the background. Obviously this is a white background, and my title is also cut from white acrylic, so it's not going to stand out particularly well. So I thought if I put some of this, do some stenciling in the background using the stencil mask that comes with the project pack, it would just sort of highlight around the edges and help things to pop off the page a little bit. So I do a little bit in the middle where I think it's needed. The beauty of this stencil is that it is a repeating pattern, so you can move it around the page, lay it again on top, and it'll like line up perfectly, so you can always add extra bits on should you need to, which is exactly what I'm trying to do here. I'm just doing a lovely grey, that's weathered wood that I'm using. I've made swatches of all my Distress Oxide so I can match them in, and that one kind of matched with the, you can see the paper on the left hand side of the screen there, kind of matched in with that, and I have got bits of that that come into the layout. Now as I realised as I put everything on the page here, that Travel the World really doesn't have, the title doesn't have enough stenciling, so I do go back in a little while and put some extra, but right now I'm just distressing edges, and I wanted to make that bit of ephemera there into a little tag. I've got a little postcard, little bonjour, that just seemed perfect really, a couple of other postcards at the top, little thing there that says Go See Do, and here I go, just popping back in with a little bit extra stenciling without moving anything out of the way because I didn't want to move it again. I'm trying to get things sort of in the position that I want them now, and hopefully not having to move them. Here's a few little stickers. Now I did go into my stash and I did get out some brads. I was thinking I was going to brad everything on to make it look properly like a pinboard, but in the end I don't use the brads, but I do use those little arrow paper clips. Again, they're just from my stash. I'm sure I just got them from a normal stationery shop. They're not a specific scrappy supply, but they're great for just looking like things are clipped together. Now I have pulled a few more of the items from the project pack there. I've got the destination ticket, I've got the passport, and I've got the little train as well, because we did travel into Paris on the day that we visited Paris using the metro, so that would be a nice little nod to how we travelled there on that day. So now I'm just going through, this is the sticker book that I was talking about. They're just brilliant. They're so full of lots of little icons, and that's what I always felt was missing from Echo Park collections, with the icons and things that I wanted to tuck in and around my layout. But this collection is brilliant for that. So I've got lots of little, I've got a little geotag there that says let's go, a map, little arrow. I found a couple of pins on there which I've popped into or onto my photograph, so it looks like they're pinning the photographs on. A few more little red accents, some puffy stickers here as well. I wanted to put that red one on, it just didn't quite, it was too big. I want lots of little bits on here, but I don't want too much. I like a lot of ephemera, but I didn't want an absolute mountain of it. Although you might consider that to be already be a mountain of ephemera. That's a good amount of ephemera for me. So I've got some little keys on there. I've got the word explore, little arrows, that word sightseeing. Managed to find a globe to pop on there as well. Now I'm just going round my layout and using foam dots to stick everything down. I'm going for the smaller items first to try and pop them in place, because then they act like placeholders for where the bigger things are going to go. Because if I move everything now, I'll never get it back where I want it. So just popping those big ones, and then if I stick everything to that bigger piece, and then I can pop some foam behind it, stick some sticky tape on, and then pop that one back on. And that works out really well for me. So I always use tape and glue to stick down larger items. I don't trust my tape. It's good, but I'm not sure it's going to, like, in the long term, that it would stay there and not be a problem. So more adhesive foam here going on the back. This blue adhesive foam that I've got is not sticky. It pretends to be, but it's not sticky enough, so it needs glue on both sides. So just trying to use that up. Lots of glue there, little glue dots, or dots of glue, they're not glue dots. Tucking those back in. I love the way that the paper clip there sort of clips both of those postcards together. And I have got a plan for my postcard, which you'll see in a minute. So I'm just sticking the last few bits down now, gluing the last few bits on, last few foam dots, trying to get everything in the same place that I put it to start with. Almost impossible. Oh, I've not stuck my title down yet. I need to get my glossy accents out and stick that down. Popping that little tag in behind the photo. This collection is perfect as well, because if you have been to Paris, there's a whole load of Eiffel Towers and bonjours and all sorts of things in there that were really, really useful. And like I say, there's absolutely tons of stuff in the sticker book. So there we go. There's my title going on. I'm really happy with how this has come together. You did see me a while ago, by the way, cut a strip of paper to go across the middle. I had the idea that I might tuck things in and have it like the piece of paper was holding things down, but in fact it was just getting in the way, so I did just take that back off again. Now I have drawn some lines on the postcard there, and I'm doing my journaling. I don't normally journal in pencil first, but I felt it was so important to get this right, because I don't have another postcard, that I really felt like I wanted to write it in pencil first and then go over it in pen, which I did. And then just quickly rubbed out my pencil lines, get those out of the way, and that is it. There's my layout. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has inspired you to use some of the elements in the project pack. Do watch out for the other two videos using things made with the project pack again as well. And yeah, enjoy these close-ups, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.